Welcome to the third application module within the Verbal to Visual classroom. In this module, we are going to look at ways that you can use the visual skills that you've been building to effectively share ideas with others. In this first video, you'll learn about the important factors to consider when planning out how best to share your ideas. With those factors in mind, I will then outline the lessons that you will find in the rest of this module. Let's get into it. I think that it would be helpful to start by listing out some common examples of situations that are potentially well suited to the visual sharing of ideas. The first example is near and dear to my heart, blogging. I got started in this world of visual thinking by sharing my sketches online. At first, my only goal was to document my own progress, but I quickly realized how useful it can be to anchor any written content online with a visual summary that is both easily digestible and quickly shareable. Visuals make a great addition to physical materials as well. Something as small as a one-page handout all the way up to a full-fledged book would benefit from visual representations of the important ideas. Visuals make great anchors for presentations too. Text-heavy slides are out, and simple, clean visual slides are in. And if you're in presentation mode but want to keep it a bit more organic, you could slowly fill a large chalkboard, whiteboard, or poster paper with sketches, text, and diagrams. You can likely think of other examples of idea sharing as well, so keep both these ideas and your own examples in mind as we move now to the important factors to consider when sharing your ideas visually. We'll start with the idea itself. I'll assume that you already have a solid grasp on the idea or the set of ideas that you intend to share. But this module is less about the idea you want to share and more about how you share it and to what effect. With that in mind, it's important to consider the audience with whom you'll be sharing your ideas. The focus isn't on you anymore. It's not about what you're learning or the problems that you're solving. Instead, it's about the audience who you hope to impact with your ideas. The better you know that audience, and the more you keep them in mind throughout this process, the more effective you'll be at sharing your ideas. How that audience responds to your ideas will depend on the context surrounding the situation where they see them. People act differently when sitting in front of a screen compared to lounging on a couch reading a book, compared to attending a live workshop. So it's important to consider the surrounding circumstances when planning out how best to get your ideas across. And finally, what might be the most important thing to consider is the desired impact that you would like to have on that audience. What impact do you want this experience to have on their lives? What do you want them to do now that they have seen and understand your ideas? When you know what impact you want your ideas to have on an audience, it makes it much easier to craft a presentation that delivers that impact. These here are the four most important factors to keep in mind as we progress within this module on sharing ideas. In the next lesson, we'll add in the visual component. We will look at the specific role that visuals can play to help you reach your audience and achieve that positive impact that you're shooting for. We'll then look at a specific idea sharing example. We will deconstruct a visit that I made to my high school alma mater 10 years after graduating to talk to the newspaper and yearbook class about my post-high school experience and my exploration in this world of visual thinking. We'll then wrap this module up as we have the last two with a one-page process summary that will leave you with the appropriate guiding questions for you to craft your own impactful idea-sharing experiences. As a follow-up to this video, I want you to start thinking about who you want to share your ideas with, the context surrounding that idea sharing, and the impact that you would like to have. Use the resource below to help you do some of that brainstorming, and then check out the next lesson.